Hello YouTube, and welcome back with a new series. This time we're trying to beat the Conquest on Snake Clan. I was kind of looking forward to playing a bit of an harder Conquest after playing the Bear Clan first. But I bend my will, and most of you voted in the comments that you'd like to see Snake, and they're pretty overpowered in the state of the game, and also especially in Conquest. But who am I to say that that's not interesting to watch anyways? We start out once again with the Greed's Prize mission, where we have to kill the Colossal Boar. And it's a mission where you can't make any gold, and you need to use the scouts to find gold. Our first bonus that we get as Snake Clan is possibly one of the strongest bonuses in all of Conquest, where our main army, the Skirmishers, get 50% extra attack and defense. Just 2 or 3 of these can destroy an entire enemy clan, so it makes them really overpowered. And also we start out with Signy, our war chief, or devious war chief, and she's a ranged war chief, so she can clear a lot of enemies without taking any damage. Here she is. Let's start by making a scout camp first of all, and Hot King Signy. So if you've never played the Snake Clan, it's quite different than most other clans. Well, first of all, you start with your war chief, you start with Signy, and she's ranged, which is also quite unusual. In addition, as the Snake Clan, you can't get any fame whatsoever. It's just not an option for your clan. Your Signy, so your war chief, she gains abilities in each year of the game. She starts out quite weak and quite small, but later she gets the ability to turn invisible, and when she's invisible and standing on tiles with enemies, she can spark them to attack other enemy clans. In the year after that, she will get even stronger, 50% stronger it says here, and all our military units will also get the ability to be invisible. Not to mention that our Skirmishers, who we start out with, are invisible right from the get-go. So overall, we have a lot of invisibility to work with. And then, if we ever make it to the 4th year of the game, where Signy turns finally 18, she's able to use the ability called Scorched Earth, where she learns how to, really mess up an enemy tile, burn everything there, reducing their production, and giving our units a really strong attack power boost. If there happen to be like a farm or markets and stuff like that, she also pillages resources from them. So our clan is in general quite aggressive, and we want to make use of that by quickly scouting the enemies and then attacking them. And in this mission, I totally forgot that it's a mission where you can't make gold, so this is not the best build for this mission. Usually you shouldn't make any buildings here, but oh well. In this case we made a farm, it's fine. So we're gonna need to make a woodcutter, because now that we're bleeding gold, obviously we're gonna need to repair our buildings in a bit. But that's fine. This is not a ruin. We're gonna go ahead and take this one over here. Could definitely clear out these enemies without taking less damage, but I'm not really afraid of losing the mission. Let's go work the lore master right away, because as the Snake Clan we have quite a few unique lores that we try to get. The first one is called Rapacious Exploration. We get 1 happiness for every zone that's affected by Swidden Field. And what is Swidden Field? It's an ability we are able to use from the start of the game, and we can use it here, and it will boost the tile for 3 minutes, making it insanely powerful. So now we can see our farmers are making 17 food. And then after these 3 minutes are over, it reduces the productivity of the tile. So then for 6 months after that, we need to move these workers to a different tile so they can stay working efficiently. So we are surrounded by bears, which is gonna take a while clearing out with Signy, especially in the first year. But it's fine, we have nothing else to do at this point in the game, so we can take our sweet time. Also gonna colonize this ruin, because we're going to need to use the gold in them. If we want, we can place down buildings again to save some of our gold. I'm gonna do that as soon as I have 50 wood. Would have been better if I hadn't made the farm and stuff like that, but no regrets at this point. That's perfect. We have even more ruins, so we have 2 ruins already in our territory and 2 next to us. So that should be more than enough to make a big enough army to, in the end, finally clear the giant boar. Eventually we will need to make a healer, just so we can heal up Signy. But for now that can definitely still wait. Also gonna send out a second scout, who will take out this ruin for us. I've also Swittenfield my woodcutters, so they are working more effectively. And soon our farmers will be done doing their job and we will need to move them. Overall, Snake Clan is very micro intensive, so you have to constantly do stuff. You can't just like sit back and let your powerful bonuses of your clan work for you, unfortunately. So usually with Snake Clan we'll try to rush up this lore, Stolen Lore, which allows us to take any other lore from, not any other lore, but one lore from each other clan in the game. And these lores are super useful, and this one particularly, the Draconic Frenzy, would be very useful because it will make Signy so much stronger. But I think since we're just gonna hunt the giant boar again, I think I'm just gonna rush out Monster Slayer. So let's get clearing out the bear. We're also gonna make a hunter. Just because our farmers will be ineffective and then we'll want to move them over. And then we'll also make another woodcutter over here. So now you can see, after this 3 minutes have passed, the tile will be less productive and now our farmers are only making 6 food. So it's definitely not worth keeping them working here. Now work the hunters instead. And once we have 50 wood, I'm gonna place down another tower just so I can save some more gold. Here we go. Let's do another one. Other than this, we don't really need to do anything, so we can just focus on clearing out the bear, taking your time. Let's try not to take any more damage. This lore is pretty cool under pressure. By attacking the enemy players you can get a lot of resources from attacking their buildings. But since in this mission we will try to hunt the giant boar, won't be too useful. We will go with under pressure, with fur coats instead. Let's place down a forge. Take fur coats. So, our woodcutters over here are no longer effective, so let's move them over. And then we can probably use Swittenfield on this tile. Unfortunately this tower I don't want it to be built, so I'm gonna place down some other buildings somewhere else on the map, like this forge here. I personally don't like the Swittenfield mechanic. I feel like it makes this clan very exhausting to play. You have to constantly move your workers around. It can be quite exhausting. But it's definitely very powerful. You can see by our massive food stockpile how strong this clan can be. So we can take this lovely ruin over here, and I'm also gonna build a healer. Not with this person though. This person can grab our ruin for us. Again, we have the choice between the bodyguard, making our Signy stronger, or we could go for legions, which will make our skirmishers cheaper. So I'm definitely gonna go with that one. It's now the first time that we officially ran out of gold, so one of our buildings will start burning very soon. So, cool thing about the Draugr that you may not have noticed, some of them, which these ones are not, are holding a spear. That makes them able to perform a ranged attack, and then you can't do the same strategy as I'm doing now. But if there's no Draugr with this range attack, you can just basically run them in circles forever, attacking them. They are zombies after all, so you can treat them as such. You don't have to fight them head on. Let's make more scouts. Because I do want to take this ruin before the new year starts, ideally. Let's see. Might not work out with the timing, I was a bit slow. Clearing the bears. Or the bear. Gonna grab the lore in a moment, it's no real rush. Here we go. Let's slaughter the sheep so we can actually afford the tile. And grab feeding safe. Guerrilla tactics is again a super useful lore if you're fighting other clans, which again in this map we're not gonna do. A hunter is burning. It's unfortunate I didn't notice that earlier. Let's place another tower and another forge. So, since this tile is now affected by Swidden Field, we shall move our workers out of it. Soon our farm tile will be productive again. And at this point, all we need to do is find the giant boar, really. So let's make another scout camp for that. We can make it up here. Fortunately, all our production is really slowed down by this Swidden Field. But in 30 seconds it will be corrected, and then hopefully we won't starve. Oh, I forgot to take the ruin. This is gonna be too late now. Next we can work on this bear up here. And I will also move all my workers over here to this tile. Let's delete the forge and place it somewhere else. Place it here. Signy can take care of that. And now the new year has started and Signy has become stronger. So now we get the ability that she's cloaked, which I will show you in a second how that's useful by clearing this wolf cave. So let's make some more scouts, since we will want to take out these ruins and stuff. And then we're just gonna find the giant boar and kill it. So yeah, now that Signy is cloaked, she can enter tiles without being detected by the enemy monsters, which allows us to attack them basically for free. And now we can seriously clear the entire map without taking any damage. Like this. Shoot this one time. Go out, go back in, she's invisible again. Completely overpowered ability. Now we also really don't need to heal so much anymore. Could make use of our Swidden Field again to increase our farm. Let's keep looking for the giant boar. So, here you can see what I meant before. These are the Draugrs with a spear. They are the ones that can attack you from range. And you can see they will retaliate and hurt Signy a lot. Now that she's invisible though, we can still handle them. Dark Elf attacking us is not great. Let's make more scouts to take more of these ruin tiles. I also want to get this bird healed up, because the bird can scout for us. There's the Dark Elf coming. We can use the same strategy on the Dark Elf as we can on other enemies. Just shoot him from range. Go back out. It's gonna take us a bit longer this way, but at least we won't have to heal so much. If you're wondering why she's not stealthed, it's because we're defending our own tiles, and you can't be sneaky in your own tiles, obviously. Yeah, just a few more shots, I think. Now we can just let her take him out. Like this. Let's get started on these Draugr over here. Make even more scouts. Found some more ruins. One more over here that we can take. Oh, these are all ranged. This is terrifying. There's a difference if you click on the tile itself when she enters in stealth, or if you right click the enemy right away. Sometimes that will mean she won't be in stealth. Yeah, like this. No, that was my mistake. Thank you for that. Well, let's use Swinfield again. We don't really need to be clearing them, but ideally I will get to 500 military experience. That way our skirmishers will be cheaper. Another real strong advantage of the snake line in this mission is that you don't really need to clear the way to the giant boar. You can just use your skirmishers to go invisible all the way there. Once we find it, that is. Focusing on the ranged ones first, so that after that we can just kite the non-ranged ones. This is one ranged one still. Oh, that didn't work. Wait for the healers to do their jobs. Also looking like an earthquake is heading for us. But we have more than enough wood to solve that problem. Not the giant boar yet. Did we find it over here? Nope. Okay, so let's make a few more scouts just so it speeds up. Could also place some more towers and buildings down, why not? Do need to save some wood. Our wood, but we do have enough right now. Gotta keep clearing the walls without trying to get hit. Doesn't look like we found the boar here. These are finally only ranged Draugrs left. Just need to make sure that we're not in danger when the earthquake hits. Okay, let's make sure we repair our buildings. Like the farm. What else is burning? The hunter is still burning. And our farmers are now no longer effective. Which one did you scout? Okay. Let's use another Swidden field up here to boost the hunter one more time. Hopefully by then we'll have found the enemy, or like the boar. Should have done this a bit earlier. Not here either. Let's see. There's a few enemies that we can clear easily. So that... we already have the 500 bonus. In that case, I will just save my HP. No, we'll get one more lore, which will probably be legendary heroes just to make Signy stronger. And at this point all we need is to find the giant boar. Place down some army camps, can get even more gold next year. Might want to clear out the wolf just so we don't get attacked. Perfect, that's done. Let's heal Signy in the winter now that our healers are no longer making as much food for us. Make a 4th scout. Could try to find it in the fog, but I feel like not cheating this game. Oh, we found it, which means we can retreat all our scouts. And we can start building more army camps. We can just take the gold, that's fine. See, probably 8 is more than enough. Need to heal the scouts, they will die anyways once we take the ruins. Let's make 4 army camps. It's a bit annoying that the giant boar is on a tile with Valkyrs. That's gonna make it a lot harder to take out. I've never seen that actually before. But since we're Snake Clan this time, it's gonna be doable anyways. I am gonna clear the way because we don't really have anything else to do. And then I can maybe use Signy to already clear out 1 or 2 of these Valkyrs. And once again, all the Draugr are holding swords, so we don't have to be worried about their ranged attacks. Okay, let's take out these Draugr and then maybe 1 or 2 of these Valkyrs. You can't just take out the boar with the same strategy because it will heal. After winter we'll take all our ruins again and then we're ready to go. See if the giant boar detects our cloak. That would be not so nice. We also don't need these. We can make a few more towers just to save the rest of our remaining gold for now. Make even one more. And perfect. The autosave lagging out my game in this moment was not great. We're now at the point where Signy is even 50% stronger. And we want 4 scouts. No, we want some of the injured ones to be scouts. One, 2, 3, 4. Let's wait for that to be done. Ooh, don't want to attack the giant boar. As you can see, we can use Signy to completely get rid of any danger before we send our army out. Which will be very soon. Yeah, so if you just use the stealth to your advantage, you can defeat any enemy without any issues whatsoever. Okay, perfect. Let's heal Signy up one more time. I told you don't need to heal the scouts, but whatever. He's not listening. We do need these army camps though to recruit soldiers. I will also do a feast just to avoid bleeding so much gold. We don't need these buildings anymore. We don't need the scout camp. We don't need this one. This one. This one is no longer needed. And now let's recruit our armies. So, what did I mean at the start of the game? That these skirmishers become super overpowered. Because of their conquest bonus, they have 10 plus 7 attack. We could forge their weapons to give them poison, but in this mission, forging a weapon is really not that helpful. And they are invisible, so they can just enter a tile just like Signy can, and completely assassinate an enemy. In addition, they have a dodge mechanic, which allows them with a 10% chance to dodge attacks. Oh, this one being attacked. Can pull him back, and yeah, no issues whatsoever. Super easy mission. And yeah, see you in the next one.